Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow to find out the world's governments have been in contact with extraterrestrials for over 70 years, that they have signed agreements, traded technology, and even allowed experiments on humans, all in exchange for advanced weapons, energy systems, and the promise of protection from something far worse lurking in deep space. It sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie, correct? But what if I told you there is evidence, declassified documents, leaked memos, and strange coincidences that suggest this has been our reality since the 1950s? Tonight, we are going deep into one of the most controversial theories in UFO history, the Alien Earth Treaty. The story starts, as many do, in 1947. Most people know about Roswell, New Mexico, the infamous crash that the United States military first reported as a flying disc before quickly retracting the statement and calling it a weather balloon. What is less discussed is that Roswell was not the only crash that year. According to researcher Leonard Stringfield, several craft allegedly came down in the American Southwest during a 2-week period. Eyewitnesses, including military personnel, reported not just debris, but small humanoid bodies with large heads and black eyes. Shortly after Roswell, the United States government launched Project Sign in 1948, the first official investigation into UFOs. Declassified records show that some military intelligence officers actually believed the craft were interplanetary in origin. Instead of telling the public, the findings were buried under layers of classification. Why the secrecy? Some researchers believe the crash recoveries gave the United States its first chance at reverse engineering alien technology, from fiber optics to night vision, and sparked an unprecedented arms race, not just with the Soviet Union, but with whoever was piloting those craft. Fast forward to 1954. President Dwight D. Eisenhower allegedly disappears from his schedule for an entire night while on vacation in Palm Springs. The official story is that he had a dental emergency and went to a local dentist. The conspiracy version claims that he was taken to Edwards Air Force Base for a secret meeting, not with generals, but with beings from another world. This claim comes from multiple whistleblowers, including former Navy intelligence officer William Cooper, who stated that Eisenhower met with a group of humanoid aliens, often referred to as the Nordics for their tall, fair appearance, who warned humanity to disarm nuclear weapons and live in harmony. Eisenhower reportedly refused, fearing the United States would lose its military advantage. Here is where it becomes darker. Later that year, a second meeting allegedly took place, this time with a different race, the Greys. According to Cooper and other sources, a deal was struck. The Greys would share advanced technology in exchange for permission to abduct a limited number of humans for medical research, as long as they returned them unharmed and kept the operation secret. The name of this supposed agreement was the Greada Treaty. Skeptics might say, if this were true, we would see some kind of evidence. Perhaps we have. In the 2 decades following 1954, humanity experienced an unprecedented leap in technology. The invention of the microchip, 1958. Lasers, 1960. Integrated circuits and fiber optics. Night vision. Nuclear-powered submarines. Of course, these could be explained as human innovation. However, some scientists, like Dr. Robert Sarbacher, a consultant to the United States Department of Defense, claimed these breakthroughs were directly inspired by studying alien craft recovered in the late 1940s and 1950s. Then came the 1960s and 1970s, the decades of UFO sightings and alien abduction reports. The famous Betty and Barney Hill case in 1961, where the couple claimed to have been taken aboard a spacecraft and shown a star map, is just one of hundreds. Researcher Bud Hopkins later documented chilling similarities between abductee accounts. Missing time, surgical scars with no memory of operations, implants under the skin, encounters with small gray beings. If the Greada Treaty was real, these abductions could be part of the agreed-upon experiments. The problem is that many abductees reported trauma and physical harm, suggesting either the aliens were breaking the deal or the governments were unable or unwilling to stop them. The theory becomes even stranger with allegations of joint human-alien underground facilities. One of the most famous is Dulce Base in New Mexico, said to be a multi-level complex where United States military personnel and gray aliens work side by side. Whistleblower Phil Schneider, a former government engineer, claimed he was involved in the construction of these bases and even had a deadly shootout with alien beings deep underground. He died in 1996 under suspicious circumstances, officially ruled a suicide, but many point to the nature of his death as evidence that he was silenced. In recent years, the Pentagon has confirmed that unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, are real and defy known physics. In 2020, the United States Navy officially released videos of craft moving at impossible speeds with no visible propulsion. Former Israeli Space Security Chief Chaim Esht even claimed in 2020 that Earth has been in contact with a galactic federation for years, but humanity is not ready for the truth. This statement matches almost perfectly with the alleged reasoning behind the secrecy in the 1950s. So, is the alien Earth Treaty simply a paranoid fantasy, or is it the most important secret in modern history? The crashes, the meetings, the technology leaps, the abductions, and the bases, each could be dismissed on its own. However, together they form a picture that is hard to ignore. If the treaty is real, it means the question is not, are we alone? It is, who is really in charge? And if governments traded away human sovereignty for technology, then perhaps, just perhaps, we have been living under alien influence for decades. The real question is, what happens when the contract expires?